Welcome back to Motivational Repo, your home for inspiration and perspective shifts. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that touches every single one of us: rejection. But we're not just talking about the sting of a no. We're exploring a profound, spiritual idea: why rejection is often God's protection. Have you ever been turned down for a job you desperately wanted, only to find a better one later? Or faced a closed door in a relationship, which led you to discover something deeper about yourself? This isn't just a coincidence. It's a redirection. It's a divine signal that something greater is waiting for you, a path you couldn't have seen from where you were standing. Think about some of the most successful people in the world. Their stories are not straight lines to the top, they are filled with detours, roadblocks, and resounding rejections. Let's look at Jack Ma, the visionary founder of Alibaba. Before building one of the world's largest e-commerce empires, his life was a testament to perseverance in the face of constant refusal. He applied for dozens of jobs after college and was rejected from every single one. When KFC first came to his city, 24 people applied for jobs. 23 were hired. Jack Ma was the only one who was turned away. He even tried to get into Harvard University 10 times and was rejected 10 times. Imagine the weight of that disappointment. In the eyes of the world, he was failing repeatedly. But was it failure? Or was it the universe, was it God, clearing the path? Each no he received was not a final verdict on his worth. It was a cosmic nudge, pushing him away from paths that were too small for his destiny. These rejections weren't punishments. They were preparations. They protected him from a life of mediocrity, from a job that would have clipped his wings and kept him from imagining something as revolutionary as Alibaba. His journey teaches us that when a door is slammed in your face, it's not always a sign that you are unworthy. It's often a sign that you are destined for a different, grander entrance. Now, let's turn to the world of sports, to a name synonymous with greatness: Michael Jordan. His story is etched into the minds of aspiring athletes everywhere. As a sophomore in high school, he tried out for the varsity basketball team. He was energetic, passionate, and ready to prove himself. And he was cut from the team. He was told he wasn't good enough. He went home, locked himself in his room, and cried. That rejection could have been the end of his story. He could have believed that voice that said he didn't have what it takes. But what if that rejection wasn't a failure? What if it was the very fuel his fire needed? It was God's protection from complacency. It protected him from believing that talent alone was enough. That painful no ignited a relentless work ethic that would become his trademark. He used the sting of that rejection to push himself harder than anyone else on the court, day in and day out. He wasn't just redirected to the junior varsity team. He was redirected to a mindset of unstoppable determination. The rejection was a crucible, forging the raw talent into the disciplined, legendary champion the world would come to know. Sometimes, God's protection doesn't look like an open door. It looks like a challenge that forces you to become the person capable of walking through an even bigger door later on. These stories aren't just for billionaires and sports legends. This principle applies to your life, right here, right now. Think about the job you didn't get. Perhaps it protected you from a toxic work environment, or from a role that would have stifled your creativity and growth. Think about the relationship that ended. As painful as it was, perhaps it protected you from a future that wasn't aligned with your true self, making space for a connection that is more loving and supportive. Spiritually, rejection is an act of trust. It's the universe asking you, do you trust that I have a better plan for you, even if you can't see it yet? It's easy to have faith when things are going our way. The true test of our spirit comes when we are faced with a no, when our plans crumble and we are left standing in the rubble of our expectations. In those moments, we have a choice. We can see rejection as a sign of our inadequacy, a final judgment on our worth. Or we can see it as divine intervention. We can choose to believe that we are being protected from something that is not meant for us, to make room for what truly is. This perspective doesn't erase the hurt, but it transforms it. The pain of rejection becomes a signal, not a stop sign. It becomes a catalyst for introspection. It forces us to ask powerful questions. What is this experience trying to teach me? Where am I being guided instead? Psychologically, reframing rejection this way is incredibly empowering. It shifts you from a position of victimhood to one of agency. You are no longer someone to whom bad things happen. You are a soul on a journey, and every twist and turn, even the painful ones, is part of a larger, benevolent design. This mindset builds resilience. Each time you face a rejection and choose to see it as a redirection, you are strengthening your spiritual and emotional core. You learn that your value isn't determined by external validation, by a job offer, a university acceptance, or someone else's approval. Your worth is inherent and unchangeable. The no you receive is simply a data point on your journey. It's information. It's a signpost pointing you in a new direction. So how do we cultivate this mindset? It begins with awareness in the moment of rejection. When you feel that initial sting of disappointment, take a deep breath. Acknowledge the feeling without letting it define you. Say to yourself, "This hurts, and that's okay. But this is not the end of my story. This is a redirection." Remind yourself of the stories of Jack Ma and Michael Jordan. Remind yourself of times in your own life when a closed door led to a beautiful, unexpected opening. Let go of the need to understand why immediately. Trust is about moving forward even without all the answers. The clarity will come in hindsight. One day, you will look back on this moment of rejection and you will understand. You will see the beautiful tapestry that was being woven, and you will say, "Thank you for that closed door." Because behind it was a path that was too small for the person you were becoming. You were being protected. You were being prepared for more. So the next time life tells you no, don't despair. Lift your head, trust the process, and take your next step. You are being guided to where you truly belong. Thank you for joining me today. If this message resonated with you, please subscribe to Motivational Repo and share it with someone who might need to hear it. Remember, every no is just a step closer to your destined yes.